The world was burning when he found her. Gray ash fell from the sky like dead snow, soft and silent. The air was thick with smoke, hiding the broken towers and shattered streets. What had once been a thriving alien city was now a grave made of fire and silence. The human walked slowly through the ruins, his boots crunching over broken glass and melted metal. His breathing echoed inside his cracked helmet. He had come to scavenge for energy cells, nothing more. His ship had almost no fuel left, and he was running out of time. But then he heard it, a sound, not the crash of falling stone or the hiss of steam. A voice, soft, shaking, crying. He froze. Through the drifting ash he saw her, a lone alien woman kneeling in the middle of the street. Her body was thin, her once bright skin now dull and covered in soot. Her long tendrils of hair clung to her face, damp from tears. She was cradling something small against her chest. A child. A baby. Her arms trembled as she rocked back and forth, whispering words he didn't understand. Her voice was cracked, desperate, breaking apart like glass. The baby did not move. The baby did not breathe. The human stepped closer carefully. "Are you hurt?" he asked through the helmet's translator. She looked up, eyes wide, glowing faintly with alien light. And in that one glance, he saw it. Raw, terror, deep grief, and something even heavier. The crushing fear of being alone. "She won't wake up," the alien mother whispered. Her voice shook like thin ice. The human swallowed. "Is she alive?" "I don't know," she said. Her lips quivered. She was breathing, and then the bombs, and now she won't. Her words broke into sobs. The baby's skin glimmered faintly under the ash, a pale light that pulsed slower and slower like a dying star. The human knelt down slowly. "Let me see her." She pulled the baby tighter against her chest. "No. I just want to help." "You can't," she hissed. "No one can." The human didn't move closer. He just stayed there kneeling, voice low and steady. "Maybe. But I can try." For a long moment the mother stared at him, trembling. Around them the city groaned under the wind, walls cracking, towers collapsing in distant booms. Finally her arms loosened slightly. She held out the baby. The human's hands were rough and clumsy in their gloves, but gentle. He scanned her tiny body with his wrist console. The display flickered with strange readings, heart rate fading, oxygen levels falling, cells breaking apart from radiation. "She's still alive," he said softly. "Barely." The mother's lips parted like she was afraid to breathe. "Alive?" "For now." She let out a sound between a sob and a laugh, like someone drowning catching air. Tears streaked down her ash-covered cheeks. The human looked up at the dark sky. Storm clouds of smoke twisted like black snakes. "We can't stay here," he said. "More bombs could fall. This place will collapse." "She can't travel," the mother whispered. "She'll die if we don't move." He replied. The mother's hands clenched. She looked at the child, at the small face so still, at the tiny fingers curled like wilted petals, and something hardened in her eyes. "Then take us," she said. He helped her to her feet. Her legs shook like brittle branches. She wrapped the baby tight in a torn cloth, holding her close as if her warmth could anchor her soul. They moved through the ruins together. The air roared with distant firestorms. Broken towers leaned like dying giants. Once a wall exploded nearby, spraying metal shards. The human shielded them with his body, taking a cut along his shoulder but never slowing down. She looked at him with surprise, then said nothing, only held her baby tighter. At last, they reached the edge of the dead city, where his small starship waited under a blanket of ash. The hull was scarred, engines weak, but it was alive and ready to fly. He opened the hatch. Warm air rushed out, smelling of oil and metal. The mother hesitated at the ramp, looking back once at her ruined home, the city where her people had lived, loved, and now burned. Then she stepped inside. The human closed the hatch and sealed them off from the poisoned wind. The engines rumbled awake. The ship lifted from the ground, rising through the smoke and flames. The baby didn't move. The mother sank to the floor, rocking her in her arms, whispering, "Please, please," like the words themselves might pull her back. The human stood nearby, helmet off now, eyes heavy. He had come for energy cells. Instead, he had found a dying child, and a mother who still believed she could save her. As the ship broke through the clouds and entered the silent stars, the mother's voice cracked once more. "She's all I have left." The stars were cold that night. They floated like frozen lanterns in a black ocean, watching silently as the small human ship carried its fragile passengers away from the dying world below. The alien mother sat curled on the cabin floor, her back against the wall, her child in her arms. She had not moved since they left the ruined city. Her body was covered in ash, her lips cracked from heat and grief. The baby lay wrapped in a torn cloth. Her faint glow dimmer now, fading like a candle drowning in wind. The crew watched from a distance. No one spoke. No one wanted to break the fragile air around her. The human captain crouched near her. His voice was low, calm. "She's stable for now, but weak, very weak." The mother nodded, eyes empty. "She has not opened her eyes. Not even once. She's still fighting," he said. "So we fight too." The mother's eyes flickered just slightly. "Fighting means nothing if she slips away." "Fighting is everything," he replied. Hours passed. The ship hummed softly as it glided through silent space. The captain placed a small heater near them. Warm orange light brushed over the baby's pale face. Still no movement. No sound. The mother rocked her gently, whispering in her native tongue. A broken lullaby, words trembling like cracked glass. She told her stories of rivers that sang, of blue flowers that bloomed in moonlight, of laughter that once filled their home before the bombs came. The baby didn't stir. The captain sat across from her, watching quietly. He had seen death before, but he had never seen someone fight so fiercely against it with only hope and love in their hands. At midnight ship time, the captain brought a small scanner. "May I check her again?" The mother hesitated, then nodded silently. He passed the device over the baby's body. The screen flickered. Heartbeat. Faint. Oxygen. Low. Cell activity. Collapsing, he exhaled. "Her cells are breaking down. Radiation poisoning from the blasts." The mother's throat tightened. "Then she will die." "Not if we reach the Orion outpost," he said. "They have old alien tech, bio-Regan pods. They might repair her." "Might," she whispered. "Not will." He met her eyes. "Might is enough." She stared at him a long time like she was searching his soul. Then she looked down at the baby, who still glowed faintly in her arms. "She used to laugh," the mother whispered. Her voice was like rain. She was so small, so bright. Now she is silent. I am losing her, piece by piece. "You won't lose her," he said firmly. "You don't know that." "No," he admitted. "But I know you haven't stopped holding her, and that means she still has a chance." Her lips trembled. A small sound escaped her chest, half sob, half laugh. "Humans are strange." "Maybe," he said softly. "But we don't stop." Later, the ship passed through a drift field of glowing ice. Light from the shards flickered across the cabin like broken stars. The crew slept. Only he and she remained awake, two lonely souls in the cold dark. She hummed to her baby, barely a breath of sound. The baby's small fingers twitched once, then fell still again. The mother gasped softly. "Did you see?" "Yes," the captain whispered. "She's still here." The mother clutched the baby closer. "Please stay," she whispered to her child. "Please stay." As the ship moved on through the night, the captain watched from the shadows. He had thought this would be another rescue, another cold duty. But this was different. This was love strong enough to stand against the void. The baby did not wake, but her faint glow still pulsed, tiny and stubborn, like a spark refusing to die. And he silently made himself a promise. He would not let that spark go out. The ship sliced through black space like a wounded bird, engines trembling with every burst of thrust. The crew had gone silent hours ago. They walked carefully, as if even the sound of their boots might break the thin thread of life clinging to the tiny baby in the alien mother's arms. She had not stood up once. She sat on the floor near the viewport, rocking gently, her back curved like a cracked shell around the child. The baby's glow was almost gone now. Only a faint shimmer flickered across her small face every few minutes, then faded again. Her chest rose so lightly it was hard to tell if she breathed at all. The captain stood near the control panel, watching the coordinates blink on the screen. The Orion outpost was still 12 hours away. 12 hours felt like 12 eternities. He walked over quietly and knelt beside the mother. "She's still holding on," he said gently. "She is fading," the mother whispered. Her voice sounded hollow, like it came from far away. "She is fighting. She is slipping," she said. Her fingers trembled as they stroked the baby's soft cheek. "She does not even dream anymore." She used to smile in her sleep. The captain swallowed. "She will again." "You promise this," the mother said, looking at him for the first time in hours. He hesitated, then nodded. Yes, she stared at him a long moment, then nodded too, just once, like a warrior making a silent pact. Hours crawled past. The ship entered a dead sector. No stars, no signals, only black silence pressing against the windows. The crew avoided looking at her. They whispered quietly behind closed doors, afraid of the grief sitting in the open cabin like a waiting storm. The captain sat down across from her, holding a small ration pack. "Eat something," he said. "I cannot," she murmured. "You must." "If you fall, she has no one." Her hands clenched. Slowly, she broke off a piece of dry bread, chewing like every bite tasted of dust. The baby made no sound. Later, the lights dimmed to night mode. The crew drifted to their bunks. Only the hum of the engines remained. The mother lay curled on the floor, her arms wrapped around the baby like armor. She whispered stories again, soft words in her broken voice, tales of green hills, of flying birds, of warm sunlight. The human captain sat just behind her, not speaking, just listening. At first, he had thought her lullabies were desperate noise. Now he realized they were anchors. She was holding her baby to the world with nothing but love and words. Near dawn ship time, the alarm beeped softly. The baby's glow blinked out completely. "No," the mother breathed. She pressed her ear to the baby's chest. Nothing. The captain knelt fast, pulling his scanner from his belt. The screen flashed red. "Heart rate, critical oxygen, critical, she's crashing," he whispered. The mother's eyes widened wild. "No, no, no, no." She began rubbing the baby's arms, her voice breaking. "Wake up, please, wake up." "She's too cold," the captain said. "We have to warm her now." He grabbed thermal packs from the med locker, pressing them around the tiny body. The mother wrapped her own arms over them, pressing her cheek to her baby's face, sobbing and whispering, "Stay. Please stay. Please stay." Minutes crawled past like hours. The monitor stayed flat. Her glow did not return. The mother stopped moving. Her arms went limp. The captain saw her eyes go empty like stars going out. "She's all I have left," the mother whispered. "If she goes, I go." "No," the captain said, fierce. "You breathe. For her." The mother looked at him slowly, her tears shining in the dim light. He had nothing left to offer her, no miracle, no machine, only the stubborn fire in his voice. And somehow, that was enough to make her keep holding on. The captain turned to the helm. "Punch the engines. Maximum burn. We get to Orion or we die trying." The ship roared to life, engines screaming against the dark. The baby lay still between them, as if balanced on the knife edge between life and nothing. The mother pressed her forehead to her baby's, whispering one more promise into the quiet. "I will not let go." And for the first time in hours, the baby's fingers twitched. The Orion outpost rose from the void like the skeleton of a dead star, black spires circling a cracked metal core, faint lights flickering like weak fireflies. It had once been a thriving alien medical station. Now it was barely alive, a ghost floating on the edge of forgotten space. The human captain guided the ship toward its docking arm, engines screaming from the nonstop burn. The crew stayed silent. The mother sat curled on the floor, her baby in her arms, barely glowing at all now, her tiny chest lifting only once every long minute. "She's fading fast, the captain whispered as the docking clamps locked onto their hull. "She cannot fade," the mother replied. Her voice was flat, hollow like stone breaking. "She is all I have," the airlock hissed. Cold metallic air rolled inside. The mother stood shakily, still clutching the child as though the void might snatch her away if she loosened her grip for even a second. Inside, the outpost was silent and dead gray. Broken medical pods hung like empty shells from the ceiling. Faded alien runes glimmered on the walls. The captain found an old medic drone still powered. Its voice crackled like old static. "State patient condition. She is dying," the mother whispered. "You will fix her." The scanner swept over the baby, humming. Lines of alien code flickered in the air, red and broken. "Severe radiation cell collapse," the drone said. "Biological decay, 92%. No compatible treatment found." The captain's fists clenched. "There must be something." "Her genome is unstable," the drone said. "Foreign strands. Hybrid potential unknown. Cannot repair. Recommend disposal." "Say that again," the mother hissed. "Recommend disposal," the drone repeated. The mother's scream tore through the hollow station. It was raw and wild, the sound of a heart breaking open. She dropped to her knees, holding the baby tight, rocking violently as if to shake death out of her. "Enough!" the captain snapped. He grabbed the drone and hurled it into the wall. It shattered in a burst of sparks. The hall went silent except for the mother's sobs. The captain turned slowly toward her. There might be one way. Her eyes lifted, glowing dimly through tears. "Tell me," he hesitated. "Her cells are dying because they can't fight the radiation. Human cells are resistant. If I link my blood to hers, maybe my immune cells can reboot her system." "She is not human," the mother whispered. "She's alive. That's enough. She could reject your blood. It could kill her faster. It will kill her slower than doing nothing." She stared at him, breathing hard. The world seemed to pause between them. Her broken faith, his impossible gamble. Then she nodded. "Do it." They moved quickly. The captain cleared an old med table and connected the ancient regen tubes. He drew his blood into glowing crimson bags while the mother laid the baby gently on the cold surface. The tiny body looked impossibly small under the harsh white lights. Her glow was almost gone now, just a thin flicker behind her ribs, fading with each second. The captain's hands trembled as he connected the lines between them. "Once this starts, we can't stop." "Start," the mother whispered. Her voice was no longer soft, it was steel. He opened the valves. Warm human blood flowed into the alien baby's fragile veins, drop by slow drop. The monitors beeped faintly, unstable and erratic. The baby didn't move. The mother held her small hand and pressed her forehead to her daughter's. "Stay, please stay." The captain kept adjusting the flow, sweating as the old machine groaned. His vision blurred from blood loss, but he stayed standing. Minutes passed like hours, the monitor flatlined. "No," the mother gasped. "No, no, no." "Wait," the captain whispered. "Sometimes the system pauses before she is cold." The mother cried. "She is gone." "Not yet," he said, voice breaking. "Hold her. Don't stop holding her." The mother wrapped both arms around her child, rocking her gently, whispering her name again and again. "Come back, come back. Come back." Nothing. The room filled with silence. The captain leaned against the table, pale and dizzy. The baby lay still, glowing faintly like dying starlight. Then, her tiny fingers twitched. Once, then again. The monitor beeped. Soft. Steady. Alive. The mother froze. Her eyes went wide. A sob tore from her chest, wild and beautiful. "She's breathing," the captain whispered, almost afraid to believe it. "She's breathing," the mother cried. The faint glow spread through the baby's skin again, slow but growing like sunrise crawling over a frozen world. Her chest rose, fell, rose again. The mother collapsed to her knees, sobbing into her hands as her baby's small cry echoed softly through the dead station, a sound more powerful than any machine. Life. The outpost had gone silent again. Only the soft hum of old machinery and the faint, steady beeps of the monitor filled the air like distant heartbeats. The human captain sat slumped against the wall, his arm still wrapped in blood-draw lines, pale from what he had given. The alien mother knelt at the med table, both hands resting gently on her baby's small, glowing body, her eyes locked on every rise and fall of her chest. They had done it. Or maybe they hadn't. The baby's breathing had returned, but shallow and fragile like a candle fighting wind. Her skin flickered with light that came and went like ghost fire. Any moment it could vanish again. How long? The mother whispered. The captain's voice was hoarse. If the graft holds, hours, maybe days. If not, do not say it, she cut in sharply. She will live. He looked at her, and for the first time he saw something fierce in her. Not grief, not fear, but raw defiance. The kind that tears fate in half. She has your strength, he said softly. She has only me, the mother replied, and I will not break. They stayed awake together through the artificial night. Every hour the captain checked the readings while the mother hummed her soft, broken lullaby. Her voice was cracked, trembling, yet steady. The sound floated through the cold metal halls like the last song of a dying world, and somehow it kept the child anchored. The baby stirred once, twitching her tiny fingers. The mother gasped. She moved. Yes, the captain said quietly. She's fighting. She is more than fighting, the mother whispered. She is choosing. When dawn cycle light finally flickered through the station windows, the captain stood to stretch his stiff limbs. He was dizzy from blood loss, but he forced himself to move. He could not fall. Not yet. The mother looked up at him. You gave her your blood. She needed it. You risked your life. I would do it again. Her eyes glimmered faintly. Why, she is not yours. She is yours, he said. And that's enough. Something shifted in her face. Not a smile, but a crack in the stone, a faint spark of warmth where only grief had lived. Suddenly, alarms wailed. The baby's glow flared, then plunged to nothing. The monitor shrieked red. She's crashing again, the captain shouted. The mother's hands flew to her child. No, 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 no. The captain rushed to the panel, forcing more warm oxygen into the chamber. Her body's rejecting the graft too fast. It's trying to fight my blood like an enemy. She will not lose, the mother cried. She placed her hand on the baby's chest, eyes blazing. Listen to me, she whispered, voice trembling with fire. You are not dying. You are not done. Talk to her, the captain urged. Anchor her! The mother bent low, pressing her forehead to her child's. Her words came like falling stars, broken, fierce, desperate. Stay, please stay. Remember the rivers. Remember the flowers. Remember my voice. The baby's glow flickered once, died, then flickered again. Come on, the captain whispered. The baby's fingers curled. Her chest rose. The monitor beeped, slow but steady. She's holding, he breathed. She heard me, the mother whispered, tears falling. She heard me. Hours passed like lifetimes. The baby's glow grew steady again, faint but warm like sunrise through thin clouds. The alarms went silent. The mother sagged forward, cradling her baby against her chest, rocking gently as her sobs turned to soft laughter. She's still here, she whispered. She's stronger than both of us, the captain said, finally allowing himself a smile. They powered down the dying station and prepared to leave. The captain loaded what little medical supplies remained onto the ship. The mother carried her baby wrapped in clean cloth, holding her like a living miracle. Before boarding, she stopped and turned back toward the broken outpost, the place where death had come for her child and been refused. She whispered something in her own language, like a goodbye to the shadows. Then she stepped onto the ship without looking back. As the engines roared awake and the station shrank into the black, the mother held her sleeping baby close, her lips at her tiny ear. You stayed, she whispered. You stayed. And for the first time the baby made a sound, a faint, tiny sigh, like the first breeze after a long, endless storm. The ship left the ghost station behind, gliding into the deep black like a lone spark drifting through eternity. Inside, silence wrapped around them, not empty silence, but waiting silence, fragile and trembling. The alien mother sat on the bunk, her baby curled against her chest. The glow under the child's skin had returned, faint but steady like pale fire behind thin glass. Her breaths were small, careful, stubborn. The captain stood nearby, arms folded, pretending not to watch every rise and fall of her tiny chest. He had bled for her, fought the void for her, and still, it felt like the universe was holding its breath. Hours passed. The stars outside wheeled slowly, the mother never slept. Her voice was soft and cracked, whispering lullabies from a broken world. Her words were fragments now. Bits of love wrapped in ash, stories of rivers and blue fields. Memories she clung to like the last roots of her soul. The baby stirred once. Her eyelids fluttered, then closed again. The mother froze. "Did you see?" "Yes," the captain said, quiet as drifting dust. "She's waking." "She is." "Trying," the mother whispered. "She's winning," he corrected. Later, while the crew ate quietly, the captain checked the baby's vitals. The monitor showed slow but steady improvement. Cells repairing, heart rhythm evening out. He exhaled for the first time in hours. "She's stable." The mother's eyes glimmered like water in moonlight. "Stable," she repeated, like tasting the word. "Safe." "She's safe now," he said. The mother lowered her forehead to her baby's tiny one. "Safe," she whispered, and her voice did not shake this time. Then it happened. The baby twitched again. Her fingers curled. Her eyes fluttered open, small glowing orbs, hazy but alive. The mother gasped, her breath breaking into laughter and sobs all at once. "Hello," she whispered. "Hello, my light." The baby blinked slowly and let out a small sound. Not a breath, not a whimper. A cry, thin and sharp and perfect. The sound pierced the air like starlight splitting the dark. It was fragile and fierce at the same time, and it was alive. The captain froze. The crew dropped their spoons. The room stood still. "She cried," the mother whispered, trembling. "She cried." The baby wailed again, louder this time, tiny fists trembling. Her glow flared brighter with every sound, each cry pulling more life back into her small body. The mother pressed her face to her baby's hair, tears falling like rain. "I hear you. I hear you." The captain swallowed hard, his voice breaking as he said, "Welcome back, little star." The cries faded into soft hiccups. The baby drifted back into sleep, her breathing strong now, her light calm and warm. The mother looked at the captain, her eyes full of exhausted joy. "You saved her. You saved her first," he replied gently. "I only followed you." For the first time she smiled, faint, cracked, but real. That night the ship drifted silently through a cluster of silver comets. Their long icy tails painted soft light across the windows. The crew finally slept, their fears melting into the hum of the engines. But the captain stayed awake a little longer, watching the mother cradle her tiny child. She whispered something in her own language. The words were soft, like leaves falling into water, and then in broken human speech she added, "She is everything." "Yes," the captain said softly. "She is." Outside the comet spun like slow fireworks. Inside, for the first time since the war, there was peace, wrapped in the small warm body of a once-lost child, and the quiet strength of the mother who refused to let go. The stars drifted slowly past the windows as the ship sailed through the quiet. No alarms, no fear, only the soft hum of the engines, and the soft breathing of a child who had returned from the edge of nothing. The alien mother sat in the corner bunk, her back against the wall, her baby nestled safely on her chest. The tiny glow beneath the child's skin was warm now, gentle, steady, like a small sun sleeping inside her. The mother traced her fingers along the baby's tiny hand. "You stayed," she whispered. Her voice was calm now, no longer broken, no longer trembling. The baby stirred slightly at the sound. One small hand curled in her mother's hair, then relaxed again. The mother closed her eyes, holding her closer. She had spent days fighting death with nothing but love and desperation. And somehow, it had worked. The captain stood near the doorway, arms folded, watching them quietly. "You both need rest," he said softly. The mother opened her eyes. They were different now, still tired but bright like the first light after endless storms. I do not sleep, she said. Not while she breathes. She's breathing fine, he replied gently. Because of you. Because of us, the mother corrected. The captain gave a small nod. He did not argue. She had earned those words. Later, the crew gathered in the mess hall. For days they had moved like ghosts, afraid to hope. But now they smiled quietly, passing warm food around the table. The mother joined them, the baby wrapped in soft new cloth. The crew stared in awe as the tiny child blinked sleepily at the lights, her small glow painting her mother's face with silver. She's real, whispered one of the crew. She's alive, said another, voice trembling with wonder. The mother smiled faintly. She is mine, no one argued. No one doubted it anymore. When the meal was over, the captain sat alone near the viewport, watching the endless black outside. The mother approached, the baby sleeping peacefully in her arms. You should sleep, he said. You should too, she replied. Maybe later, he murmured. She studied him quietly for a moment. Why did you do it? He looked at the child, then at her. Because she deserved a chance to live, and because you never stopped fighting for her. She is all I have, the mother whispered. Then protect her, the captain said softly. Raise her to be stronger than this broken universe. The mother's eyes glimmered. I will. They stood in silence for a while, watching the stars. Then the baby stirred and made a soft, small sound, a tiny sigh that brushed the air like starlight. The mother's face softened completely. She cradled her daughter close, her voice barely more than breath. Sleep, my little light. The dark will never take you again, the captain smiled faintly. She has your fire. She has your heart, the mother replied. When they reached a safe colony days later, the crew disembarked to trade supplies. The captain helped lower the ramp, then turned to see the mother standing there at the threshold, baby in her arms, looking at the wide world ahead. It was not the same woman he had met in the ashes. She stood tall now, steady, unafraid. She looked at him. You gave her life. You gave her reason, he said. That's stronger, she nodded slowly, then bowed her head in quiet respect. Thank you. He shook his head. No, thank her. As she walked down the ramp into the golden light of the colony, the baby stirred awake and gave a tiny cry, not of pain but of life. The mother smiled, her voice firm and soft all at once. She is all I have left, and she is enough. And with her child pressed close to her heart, she stepped into the new world, not broken, not lost, but whole.